Alright folks, here I am today showing you how to make tasty fajitas. Now, first thing you need to know is not to leave fruit out. I have a tendency to leave fruit out. See, like these, what the heck are these things? Concord grapes, and as a result I have fruit flies everywhere. It's pretty terrible. I've just about killed all the fruit flies, but they're still annoying and in my way. I also have a washing machine running, which makes the sound a little terrible for this. But anyhow, let me tell you my recipe of how to make them. I start off with my organic grass-fed stew beef. Let's see, big old chunk of it like that. Then I also have, let's see, I don't know if you can see that or not. Then I also have onions of various types. I have Spanish onion, and I've got these little green onions. They're getting pretty close to the end of their life. I have a pack of guacamole. And let me show you the brand here. It's holy guacamole, and I have the spicy type. That's what makes it good. Next, sweet peppers. These are not hot, they're sweet. Then a little bit of Mexican cheese. I doubt this cheese is really actually Mexican, but anyway, it's shredded cheese. Organic spinach field mix. It's mostly greens. And a couple of these little guys right here. Some tortillas. Easy pie. All you gotta do, first thing you have to do, is chop everything up. Now I'm gonna chop this up on time lapse so you can do it. And as you can see me do it really fast. I use a squirt bottle here full of this chemical which cleans off the fruits and vegetables and gets all the crap off of them that we don't want on it. So let me take my rings off. And let's do this in time lapse. Alright. Now, as you can see, I have a plate full, pick off the little end pieces that got in. I have a plate full of green onions chopped and Spanish onions chopped. And I chopped them finely so that they'll mix with the meat really nicely and go into the fajitas. You can do them thick if you want to, it's up to you. Now let's chop the peppers. Again, time lapse. Alrighty, as you can see now we have a mix of every color of pepper you can think of. Onions, green onions, all sorts of things. Let's open up our lettuce. We'll be throwing this in a minute too. And I think it's now time that we get to the stove and, well, start making it. Let's go. Alrighty, here we go. I have a pot. Now I've prepared my meat. Let me tell you how I did this. I didn't show the chopping up and preparing of the meat because if a vegetarian is watching this, they would like probably, you know, well, probably make them a little nauseated. But it doesn't make me nauseated because I love meat. I don't actually eat very much red meat. This is the first red meat I've eaten, I don't know, in like a month. I don't eat very much. It's not very good for you, but it tastes good. You could use chicken, you could use Florida avocado, those really thick ones if you wanted to in place of this. If you choose to use the meat, here's how I suggest doing it. You pick only the finest quality lean meat, which I do, and then you wash it carefully and chop off all the pieces of extra fat, which I did. Then I dried it on a paper towel until the meat was dry. I put a little bit of this garlic Tabasco sauce. I'm kind of brand oriented today, have you noticed? Garlic Tabasco sauce. And I won't show you the brand on this then, so I can be like non-brand oriented. A little bit of fine grained sea salt. This is very odd. I usually go with large chunks of vegetables and fine, coarse grain and everything, but today I'm going fine for no reason. So I use that to season this meat. Do with it as you wish. Let's see if you can see my pot fine. Okay, so here's my pot. I've turned the heat to medium-high. I'm going to spray oil. This oil is 100% extra virgin olive oil. There's nothing in it. Yeah, not a thing in this can whatsoever. So I can spray this stuff until my head falls off. Yeah, look at that. Lots of it. Get it good and oily. If you want to be less, you can be less oily. I like it with the oil because this stuff doesn't work like regular oil. You have to spray truckloads of it to be very effective. And this pan used to be very good quality, but now it's kind of a little dopey. Okay. See, it has a tendency to fall. Which has to do with my crappy burner. Just wiggle that around a little bit. Get it pretty straight. It's not wanting to be straight today. I will take an empty pill bottle. No, that won't fit. Well, this is no good at all. How am I supposed to do this if I can't find anything I can put in place of it? This pill bottle right here will work. As long as the pills that are in the pill bottle aren't subjected to too high of heat. Alright, so I apologize for the sound again. This is a kitchen. There's lots of stuff going on. I'm sorry my kitchen's so dirty. Okay. Is that getting hot? Yeah, it's getting hot. Careful when you take hot sauce and put it in a frying pan because it'll aerosol rapidly and get into your lungs. It's like having a gas attack. Okay. Now let us get a tool like this, which we will use for the meat. Wash off our hands, because we just touched raw meat. Probably not, but we could have touched it a little. Stir that up in there. And add the vegetables. Alrighty. Look at that. Vegetables all around. Lots of vegetables. You can't have too many vegetables, really. A little bit of cracked pepper is nice too. Alright, now we're going to cook it. I will time-lapse speed up the cooking. The point of this cooking is to get it, well, cooked as quickly as we can under high heat. So I'll crank it up to high and let's see what it does really quickly. Alright, well let's check on this and see how we're doing. A couple things to note. First off, you could add, if you want to, beans like this. These are Melissa's red kidney beans. They're already pre-made. You just pop a couple holes and nuke them for about 3 minutes and they're good to go. The addition of some of this like weirdo egg product stuff here would have worked. That has like nothing bad for you in it, but all these good vitamins. This would turn into a breakfast dish. Also, jalapeno peppers are a nice addition. I'm not using jalapenos today because I'm trying not to make this too spicy, but sometimes I want it really spicy and I'll chop up a couple of these and put it in here. There's one other thing that we need to add to this whole mix. One other thing that we're missing entirely. Let me get it out. Here we go. Cilantro. Fresh cilantro. I'm going to throw some fresh cilantro in the mix and see how it looks. Let's see how it is right this moment. Look at that. It's getting pretty close. Probably time to take the top off. So we'll leave the top off and I'll let it cook like it is. Now let me wash some cilantro and throw it in, and I'll be right back. Okay folks, here I am. Here's your fresh cilantro. I like to break the cilantro, no stems, but I like to break it because it releases a lot of the flavor. You kind of drop it in. Cilantro adds that nice authentic, flavor to the whole mix. Trust me, if you've eaten tacos, nachos, and other various things, and you wonder where that strange flavor is, that weird pungent herbal flavor you don't seem to get when you make it at home, you might be missing some cilantro. This is getting pretty good, pretty close to done. Oh my god, that smells good. That smells pretty good. If you're on a low sodium diet, don't add any salt. I am not on a low sodium diet, and I'm going to add plenty of salt because it'll taste good to me. Before we finish, we have one more thing to do. Preheat your oven to about 300 degrees and chuck a couple of these in it. The reason is because when they're hot, they're easier to manipulate. I'm making 4, so I'm going to throw 4 of these in the oven. Alright, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All 4 of them are now in the oven. And I'll come back to them in a minute, and they should be warm, but don't let them go too long or they'll bake. You don't want that to happen. Alright, now, to make sure that everything is done and ready, and safe, etc., I will use I will not use my meat thermometer. It is broken. Oh well. How's that for bad luck? Must have gotten it wet. That's right. We'll do this the hard way then. Oh crap. Yeah, it's hard to do it this way. This is when you flip it upside down and you break it. I'm trying to cut one of these in half to see if it looks done. Probably just about is done at this point. Look at that, I'm knocking stuff everywhere. Make a lot of mess in the kitchen. Let's put that over here for a second. Get out a knife. Get out a fork. Quickly take a look at this and see if it's getting close to done. Oh yeah. That's done. So any more time that we leave it on now is mostly just gravy. Collect some of that good old charcoal stuff off the bottom of the container. Look at that. That's good. Now, have the power off. I have a lot to clean up. I'm really sloppy. Let's heat these little fajita things up, and then let's start with the preparation for the final offering. Alrighty. So here we are. And we have our plates, and we have our little tortilla things. Let's make them fast. Okay? First thing to do, get into our cheese. Cheese does not have to be added if you're on like some kind of low like fat diet or something. But we're going to add a little bit of cheese because we like cheese. Alright? I'm making this other one over here on the other side at the same time. Alright, you can add a little bit or a lot, your choice. Next up on the list, the spinach. The spinach is pre-washed. Look at that. That right there is a weed. Right in my spinach. I got a weed. See, it's a piece of grass too. That's funny. So here I am talking about how great this is. The first thing I pull out is a weed. Good for me. Nothing on earth could possibly be wrong with some fresh vegetables. Unless, of course, it's the radioactive cesium that's probably already all over them. Oh well. Guess we'll all die of something. Alright. Now, let's take a fork, take some of the material here, some of the vegetables and meat, and this one needs just a little bit more. Let's go right here, it's a little. Alright, that's the first set of them. Look at that! Look at that! Oh my god, that does not suck. That is not bad. That is not a fail. That is good. Make the other one. Put these two together. And my hands are like immaculately clean, so it's okay for me to touch this food. Make sure your hands are clean before you touch food, if it's someone else's food. And if you let these sit for a second, they'll stay like this. And throw a little of this on top of it to garnish it. But remember, folks, never go too far with the garnishment, because if you put too much garnish on it, the first question you might want to ask is, why are you needing to garnish it? If you have more garnish than food, or if the garnish is annoying and not edible, then it gets really, well, really annoying. Here's another set. I'm going to make these a little differently. These are going to be made with way less good for you stuff. This is how to make it taste better. You put more cheese on. Remember, folks, the derivative of health is negative flavor. We're going to make this bad for you, and thus taste better. The first one was good for you. Technically, this one's pretty good for you too, really, when you think about what I'm putting in it. Alright. Now we need to put in the meat. And the vegetables. Stir this up a little and get it all out. Okay. Alright. And now the best part of the whole thing, the guacamole. This is what will make this set of tacos right here taste significantly better than the other one that I just made. But the other one is going to someone who does not like guacamole. Look at that. Oh, that's good. Now, take the guacamole, put it in a plastic tub, put a top on it, safe to eat tomorrow. There you go. That's it. And a piece of grass. Alright, folks. That is how you make a tasty dinner. Make one of these every single day, and your significant other will like you. For real. And not just on holidays.